building. Chopp Shop Radio on the motherfucking building. Chopp Shop Radio on the motherfucking building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Code 9, Purpose,
3, 2,
Tragic
1.
Allies.
Let's go.
We got Morbius. Chopp Shop Radio, what it is, we alive, you know what I'm saying? Chopping it up. We had Purpose.
Tragic Allies family.
Tragic Allies, you know what I'm saying? Salute to that man, he's doing some major things right now, you know what I'm saying? With the beats and all that and all the extra, you know what I'm saying? He kicked some bars, major.
I was telling you can take the mic so you don't have to hold that mic. You know?
Well, because he's gonna call.
He was
about to call.
Oh, okay.
His viewers on the call. So, geez, can we talk about the a little bit because I was really impressed. Can we talk about the Project 84 a little bit again?
Project 84, man, it's just a project created by two individuals that came a long way in this life that we live. We was born in 1984.
Shout out to No Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Me.
Yo, did No Nice really drive all the way down here from New York to be at a show that some people from Rhode Island didn't even go to?
Pop sounds and all that.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a lot. There's people that didn't make it.
Yeah. And we brought him on stage. Like, what's good?
We made sure you went and got him because that was,
major.
Needed to be.
Major. That's my broski right there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. So you being originally from New York City and having so many ties in New York City, and I told you guys last week that the city that shows us the most love on the internet is New York City.
It's the city.
What is the people that you know? Because you know a lot of people. We're not going to drop names, but just the people you know. What is New York City's impression of the Chopp Shop and what we got going on down here in Rhode Island? Because they're the Mecca. So to look at us in Rhode Island, being a smaller state, I mean, what is the whole?
I know. They praise what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And when I see them, you know what I'm saying. Whenever we meet, it's all real love. You know what I'm saying? When they see you and they salute you and everything you do. You know what I'm saying? And they know where you come from, and you know where you come from, and you're not trying to sit there and just create an act. And they say to make it, you have to go outside of your element. I am outside of my element. I am a boogie down native in Providence, Rhode Island. So for me to, you know what I'm saying,
and they also say
we all are. This guy's from Detroit. This guy's from fucking Nova Scotia. You know what I'm saying? We from all different places.
I got hoes in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, this guy lives everywhere, so that's why I say that.
In different area.
We could have said Belize or whatever. You know, this guy, he be everywhere.
I got
I really almost had citizenship in Belize. I really did almost have citizenship.
Yeah.
Who'd you have to blow to get that?
First of all, the dude that was gonna get me citizenship is a former high-ranking member of the government over there. But we're just gonna change subjects.
He had immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
Hey, if I catch a body and they're looking for me, do not look at Belize because I'm not there. So
don't go to Canada. Canada, if you watch it.
Canada, I'm not fucking. You know what? I got bad love for Canada, but I'm not allowed in Canada. But that's another story.
Yeah, that's where you from Canada turning this off. Yeah.
He's going to Denmark
turn this off.
Summer.
Navi reality is not allowed in Canada. We cannot talk about that story on here though.
I haven't even heard that story.
I know because they don't want to speak about it. Every time I'll be like, "So what happened?" He'd be like, it's a long story. And I'm like, I got plenty of time.
I'm gonna tell a story as Navi. Okay, right. So we was in Canada, right? And we was at a gay bar. And then
that's what you
say. Johnny walked in with a Wu-Tang shirt on.
Man.
And a pipe.
And a pipe. He was doing like the Pied Piper.
So we're gonna go back to the culture games for a second. We talk about the B-boy competition.
Let's talk about
we talked about the B-boy competition.
Yeah.
So what happened in the hip hop, the rap? All right, first of all, let's put this out there that you was the reigning champ.
I won the first culture games 2 years ago. Freestyle battle. And let's be clear what a freestyle battle is. This means that there were words and subjects that you had to use, and you couldn't pre-write rhymes. Or if you did, they wouldn't make any sense. But the first culture games had more words than the second one.
They was throwing more out?
Yeah, there's more words and subjects. Yeah, this culture games was more easier for people. So, no disrespect to nobody, it was easier for written rhymes to come into it. But I solemnly swear on everything I hold sacred that every time I touch a battle like that, everything is made up on the spot. I might think of something in my head or a thought a couple minutes before to size you up, but it's all freestyle. None of it's written.
So long story short, you won again.
Yeah, I won again.
Two-time champ.
Yeah, it depends. If there's people out there that I owe money to, I didn't win. But if I don't owe you money, yes, I won.
Okay, all right. That wasn't enough money to even,
You know, people will doubt regardless. You know, salute to the people that took part of the event. You know that.
So
but,
yeah, can I just say a special shout out to Dirty for hosting the event?
Yeah,
you know
Dirty.
Shout out to the judges.
Another one coming in February.
Yeah, February. Right at Alchemy, which is you need to support Alchemy if you're in Rhode Island. Right here, Coach Games. Right here, hold up, I got it.
That's Navi right there. You didn't see.
That's the one.
Not the one with the ponytail. The other one.
Oh, it looks like a dude with dread or check.
If you win the third time, I'm gonna suggest you retire as a champ.
And be a judge.
Retire.
I suggest you retire as a champ.
3 times
and I suggest that the Culture Games logo would be a silhouette of you rapping. That's what I suggest.
I think that's pretty fair. You know, but should I just go on top and just be a judge? Yo, shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Big G's.
You should be a judge because nobody can ever question your acronym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And shout out to Big G's. Shout out to all the judges, Rudy Audacious and everybody else. But shout out to Big G's because I was talking to Big G's from Mooney, and he blessed me with a
Rhode Island record.
Fucking album.
All right, record.
Mr. Spit Sicker, Big G's is a fucking monster. Shout out to you. And I was talking to Big G's, and I'm not gonna go into the whole conversation because it was a personal conversation. But part of it, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be a judge next year. I don't want to keep whatever. Let these young guys have this. And Big G's was like, you know what? Fuck that. Nah, be domination. Do it.
Well, you got to go for the 3 feet. Otherwise, I would be like,
you know why? Because it sets a standard that this dude is not to be fucked with, and everybody's gonna.
If I get the 3 feet, can I roll in the club like this? Can I?
You can do whatever you want. The 3 feet.
They should get you a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, you know.
My man G's bought me a shot with the bartender covered it.
One.
I had enemies hugging me.
Hey man, that's all right. Yeah. You win 1 time, you the man. You win 2 times, that's the hardest to do. You win 3 times, that's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. That's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant status.
So if I enter a third time,
Michael Jordan won 3 times in a row, retired, set out for a year and a half, came back, won 3 times in a row, and retired.
So what if just hypothetically speaking? What if I go for a third time and I lose? Does that mean that I should be embarrassed or should I continue?
Hell no, embarrassed if you won back to back, man. You went through.
Yo, can I just say something though?
You went through competitors and it wasn't easy because there was so many different styles.
Yo, can I just say something?
Ideally, you want to retire on top.
Yo, can I just say something?
Like a Mayweather.
You don't want to retire.
Yo, what did you say earlier? But you gotta put
something out there
about T-Rads. T-Rads, yo, shout out to T-Rads. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he just turned 21 years old.
I don't think he's a Rhode Island MC. I think he's actually from Massachusetts. But shout out to T-Rads. But T-Rads is how old?
He just turned 21, just like
this
past week.
T-Rads is only 21 years old, and I'm in my 30s, and I've been doing this shit.
Fire blazing.
Yeah. T-Rads almost beat me. Real talk.
You won by 1 point, right?
I won by 1 point.
It's actually 2 because if you go by a point system, he didn't use the last word that they gave him.
No, it ain't 2 because I didn't though. You can't count that. I didn't use that's all fit. The bottom line is
he's actually, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, the last word.
It is what it is.
I did. No. But I already beat him by 1 point.
But if you beat him by 1 point, it wasn't because.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Because they took a point away.
Oh wait, yeah.
T-Rads is more than 10 years younger than me, and a white dude from Mass. And he fucking only came 1 point away from beating me. That fucking young boy deserves respect.
And he'll be back.
Yo. T-Rads is a real fucking MC, and don't fuck with him because the young boy's coming for you.
Word, salute. Chopp Shop Radio, who this?
Yo, who we speaking to? What's up? Chopp Shop. Papa, you there?
You might have to hang up.
Okay, all right. Well, hang up that bitch up and try. Let me try again, bro.
We hear the voices. You hear the voices?
You might have to go out.
Hang up. Try again. So that's like when I was in New York, we had a person who's called our house, and he's a crank. We call him a breather.
Oh, we used to love crank calling in New York, yo. My boy used to always have like an Elmo voice. You know how Elmo's always like.
Me and my boy used to call like little Muslims and call Indian people and call the chops the way they cut up the cows.
Chopp Shop Radio, what up?
Yo, what's going on? It's Morbius.
What's good, Morbius?
What's going on, man?
Chillin'.
Where you calling from? Represent where you from.
Yo, I'm calling from the BX, NY City.
Wait a minute, hold up. You mean the BX fucks with the Chopp Shop?
The Bronx?
You already know.
All day, all day.
All day, baby. What's going on, man? How y'all fellas doing, man?
We doing all right, man. We doing all right. So give everybody a little introduction of who you are, what you do, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, my name is Morbius. I go by from actually part of a group called the Sargonites. Me and my brother, he go by the Outcome. And we're pretty much, he's actually my real brother. We come from the same mother, same father. Out of the BX.
As my brother say, we come from the same nutsack.
Basically, yeah.
Hey, not to cut you off, but no, go ahead. Not to cut you off, but the Sargonoids, doesn't that have something to do with the Golden Fleece and all of that and the mythology?
Yeah, it ties into all of that. We take it back to Nimrod, you know what I mean, and then we go further back to Samaria. You know, that's what we really was targeting, you know, when we took the name Sargonites, because it was like King Sargon, which is Nimrod, which was a warrior god, you know, so that's why we figured, you know, just like you have, you know, Israelites, you got the Sargon, King Sargon, you got Sargonites, we descend from that lineage, you know what I mean? So that's what we, like, you know, we embody that as soldiers, you know, because like I said, we grew up in the Bronx. We came up in that era when hip hop started because we was born in the 70s. Right. You know, I'm 41 now. You know what I mean? My brother, he's 44, I think. And,
he said, I think.
44, I think. I'm not even sure. And yeah, so we came up in that era where, you know, it was pure. It was all about that, you know, knowledge of self and knowing who you are and where you're from and where you headed. And then it started to change in the 90s, and that's when, you know, you get caught up. Everybody got caught up at that time, and then it came back, and that's when we became the Sargonites. Because before that, we were doing that, the 3 clubs. So, we had a DJ. It was me, my brother, and my DJ. But we let him go in the 90s, and then we just changed to the Sargonites. And we rolled out ever since then. You know,
that's good. That's good. Cause
it's just a conscious, you know, hip hop group. You know, speaking on what's going on in the world today and what beyond, you know.
So do you think it's like hard to connect with certain hip hop fans when you come from that angle, like with that type of hip hop and that type of music?
Nah, because you're speaking the truth. So the truth, you know, transcends all boundaries.
True indeed.
But the thing about it is, the only thing with that is where you could get stuck in a you know, like in a category. And you become like this revolutionary rapper or political rapper, and you know. And
you get the backpack label.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you get that, and it's like, nah, that's not what we're trying to do. That's not even how we see it. We just speaking what's going on, and at the same time, we giving you that hip hop. We MC. It ain't about, you know, we this, we that. You know, nah, we ain't trying to do that. You know, it's just something that we passionate about. That's all. We ain't trying to come with no labels or gimmicks. You know, it was like none of that. But then that's what kind of happened over time. You figure we saw the nights for about 18 years. So, you know, after time, that's what you get labeled at. So now even that I'm going as a solo artist, because my brother, he went his ways, you know, it got to a point where he had his family now. He was like, you know, it's time to move on. And so he's been doing his thing for the last 4 years now that we separated.
So you the Pusha T and he's the Malice?
Yeah.
Say that again?
So you the Pusha T and he's the Malice?
Pretty much.
All right. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold it now on your own, cause you know.
Right. Exactly. You know, and that's why like I never changed like all our links, everything, you know, the website, the Instagrams, all of that is always the Sargonites. You know what I mean?
Because at any moment he could jump right back in, huh?
You never know. You know what I mean? You never know.
Didn't you guys have a track called Tabaco y Ron?
Yeah, exactly.
What that mean? What that mean?
Tobacco and rum.
That means that we don't fuck with black people.
No negritos? No negritos?
No negrito.
Didn't that track travel across the states?
Yeah, it was in DR. It was playing in DR. I believe that was like early 2000. It was playing in DR, in radio stations out there.
So a lot of the Sargonites, there's a lot of Latin heritage involved then with that?
Yeah, definitely. Because that, you know, Tabaco is, it came from DR. It's Dominican. They originated in DR. So, I mean, I'm Dominican. That's where we're from. And I think what the music itself, taking it back to the music and the Sargonites, what made who we are comes from where we're from. And looking back at my father, who was part of the Dominican Revolutionary Party to this day, he was there when he fought against, the United States trying to conquer 1962. He fought there. He was throwing Molotov cocktails. He got shot at, cousin died. He had to take him to his aunt's house and drop him off, let him, drop off the body, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But he was there, and that always, like, he always used to have meetings when I was a kid growing up in the Bronx. My mom used to get pissed because it's Sunday, and she'd be like, yo, guys, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's like 50 brothers in here. Everybody in a suit and tie, but militant to the heart. You know what I mean?
So that's where you got. That's where you got the whole, style for your group, and that's what kind of molded you guys to be like to talk about the things you talk about.
Right, correct. So that's what, going back to like family and where we're from. That's why I could say that's where it got deep rooted growing up because of my dad. And he's still alive today. So. And he's still on his grind.
That's what's up. How did that track play out in international seas over there? How did they praise it?
Oh, they loved it, but the problem was that we had licensing issues and copyright issues.
What? Because of samples?
Yeah, for the samples, man.
I remember that era when he made that beat.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. They had it, but at that time we were just trying to touch, play with the reggaeton and see how it went. Because it was up and coming, and we're like, yo, listen, this is easy. We could do this. You know what I mean? We jumped on it, and then after a while, once that happened, we're like, you know what? It's a sign. We ain't gonna fuck with this. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it hip hop. Let's just stay on this, and we just kept it moving with the hip hop. That's what we've been ever since.
Yeah, man. So at being Dominican and doing hip hop, have you ever felt like, like there was like an uphill battle, or you had to try a little harder to be a part of the genre or whatever?
Yeah, for sure. That's something that's like across the board, because hip hop it's African American driven. It's controlled at the time when we were coming up in the game. It was mostly African American. You know what I mean? It was just black people straight up, like, and they dominated, and they felt like, this is their game, you in their court. You know what I mean? You're coming to play their game. So like that's how you was treated. In your face they would tell you one thing, but behind your back, it's a totally different story. So there's plenty of times, we would go up to labels when we were younger, back in the early, like from 93 to 97, we was heavy trying to get a deal, at that time.
Yeah.
And but they treated us, as like second class because we were Latino, you know what I mean? Or so-called Latino, We were, and it was fucked up. You could see it.
That's one thing I learned from having this show, and we interviewed multiple Latino guests in hip hop.
The Latin impact on hip hop.
Yeah, and I kind of like failed to realize the Latin impact on the culture of hip hop until like this show, and I got a chance to talk to some people.
Like shout out to DJ, you know what I'm saying, Johnny Juice from Public Enemy.
You know what I'm saying, and I had the time to reflect and think about and look at all the contributions that Latinos had to hip hop, and it's kind of like overshadowed.
But when it came to the point where you were like, yo, niggas didn't do this alone.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. You don't get it, you hear it in the music. Tito rocking it, yes.
Yeah, crazy legs, all of that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only Latinos, Tito.
Yo, you do realize that a lot of people, we not to cut you off guard, but we interviewed DJ Johnny Juice, who basically created the Public Enemy sound for like the first 2 albums. And was the guy who recorded Chuck D to this day, and he was the one guy that could tell Chuck D, yo, that sucked, Chuck. And he's a Boricua from the Bronx.
There you go.
And when they talk about Public Enemy, they show Professor Griff,
Militant Black.
They show Flavor Flav, but motherfucking Johnny Juice was there from day one.
Yeah, day one. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
See, there you go. So it's obvious, when you do your history, it's obvious. You know what I mean? We was there from day one. adding to the culture, as equals. But when you start to go in there presenting yourself as, as an artist to be signed, that's when the thing, things change.
Things become difficult,
yeah. Yeah, it changes, what I mean now, and that's where I noticed it, and then it came to a time, because we actually turned down 2 record deals. One of them was funny because that was, it was with La Fix Records.
Yeah, I remember LaFace.
Atlanta, L.A. Reid, Babyface.
Yeah. L.A. Reid had a thing to do with. That was after the Outkast days.
It was Outkast and all of them was on LaFace Records. All of them. Goodie Mob, Outkast,
so, that shit was bananas. You know what I mean? And dealing with that, I learned a lot. I saw the way the game was for what it was.
But why did you turn down a deal? That's something that motherfuckers would kill somebody for. Why would you turn down a deal though?
Because the things that they wanted from me, because when I came in it, I'm really wholehearted about this shit. Like every syllable, every verb, every noun I write, I hold true to that. You know what I mean? And I hold that highly. And I regard that as honorable to myself as I say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm a true MC, So if I put that down on paper, man, I gotta show them that this is
stand by 100%.
You know what I mean? Like this is who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna change that or write something else or ghostwrite because that's what they really wanted, the ghostwriter. Because of course, once again, they really couldn't promote me as an artist. They said, you know what I mean? And it was because I was Latino. They couldn't promote me as an artist, but they wanted me to ghostwrite.
So they wanted your bars, but they don't want your skin tone, basically.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's a
tough situation. That's a tough situation to be in because like they'll say, all right, I can't promote you because of who you are, but you're good enough.
I still
to
want
be
you
here.
what you say. I still want you for what you say.
Like your talent is good, but not your physical body or who you are. The container of this talent is not good.
What was it? Immediate reaction like no, or was it something you had to contemplate over, like sit back and say?
Nah, I contemplated it, man, because it was money involved. Young, I just had my second child. You know what I mean? I was in my early 20s. So I was just like, yo, this is really about to happen. I got to really get some money and get out of this fucking rap, this little whole shack I was living in at the time. So I was just like, damn, but I started really thinking about it, like, can I really do this? Can I really bring myself to this level of hatred towards my people? Because that's what it really is. You're really killing your people. I'm helping them kill my people by putting this shit down, by telling me, oh yeah, write some club shit, get some more, entertainment, like, let's get it livelier. Let's not talk about all that political stuff. That's not selling right now. At the time, it's not selling right now. That doesn't sell. Yeah. They tell you what's selling right now, and that's what you need to write about. So
I was reading. There was an interview with Jadakiss, and Jadakiss was like, I was kind of stupid back in the day because Puffy would come up to me and be like, I want you to write my stuff. I want you to write some stuff for them and this, and he thought it was like some whack shit to be writing other niggas' raps. So he didn't do it. But Mace was the one who was willing to write this and write this and write all that. And he kind of regretted it.
Yep.
Do you regret
it? Man.
Do you regret it? Do you have regrets or no?
That's a good question right there.
No. Are you talking to me?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Nah. I don't have no regrets at all. No regrets. You know what I mean? Because they offer me, like, they put up money, G money on the table. Nothing crazy. Yeah. But they put up some
just
G
enough
money.
to freaking
spark
your interest.
More than niggas get at a 9 to 5. Let's get it clear with that. More than niggas get with a 9 to 5.
You know what I'm saying? So it was it had you in a hard rock, between a wall and a rock. It was like, damn. What the fuck do I do? But at the end of the day, it's like, damn, I'm selling my fucking soul. I'm literally selling myself to this fucking beast of a machine. You know what I mean? That's just that it'll eat you up and spit you right the fuck out. Like it does not give a fuck. So, and I've seen it. I've been out there. I've chilled with, artists and DJs, and I'm talking about entertaining people, not like independent underground, entertainment people. At the time, I'm talking like mid, like 96, 97, around that era. You know, and I'm hanging out in these clubs trying to associate myself with these people, and they're doing all types of shit, all types of homosexuality and all types of shit.
Now we're getting into a whole nother realm right there.
So let me
exactly, you know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to the gatekeepers, you fucking players.
So
you know, and it's like, look, man, to me, to be honest, man, you could be gay all the fuck you want. That's your shit. That's your business.
No, my thing is motherfuckers that are secretive about it though.
Just don't
go,
you know what I mean, trying to instill that shit into people's, you know, psyche and programming them from young with this shit, you know, and having it on all these types of cartoons and movies. That shit I don't agree with, you know what I mean? Because now you could convince, because if you could control what people see, you could control what people think. So if you put in those images in front of them, they're automatically going to start thinking those things, especially at a young age. You know, thoughts they didn't have there before, or they weren't schooled to understand those thoughts before they started having those thoughts. You know, so that's where, you know, I have a problem with. But if you want to be gay, be gay. But in this society and that music, hell no, man. It's like they would prefer for you to be gay or bi.
I don't have a problem with somebody being gay. I have a problem with a person that's obviously gay but that says they're not, like Young Thug.
Oh
for example.
that's another problem.
Like Young Thug, for example, somebody who's clearly homosexual.
Young Thug is a little bit different, and this is the new shit. The new shit is being questionable. Because
it's almost like it's friendship.
If you're questionable, people are talking about you.
Yeah, like, they want to know what you're going on. Yeah,
so you're not going to come on and say, I'm straight. You're going to leave people hanging so they can still talk about it.
And put dresses on and shit.
You got to flirt with the idea. Even if you're one or the other. You're not gay.
Like you flirt with dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, me?
No, not you.
Oh, okay, all right.
You're about to start fighting with you. Like me?
Like, hold up, nigga.
I got a bottle in my hand.
This is the Chopp Shop. We say whatever the fuck we want.
So,
like my whole psychology behind even that aspect of, like, you know, with the homophobia and all that, to me is like, I don't say that pause, I don't say none of that, or no homo, because that right there to me is a red flag. That every time you say a word, you think some homosexual shit, that you gotta tell a nigga, no homo, I'm not gay, because I was just thinking about some gay shit. And like, that's some psychological shit. Like, you be like, damn nigga, why you gotta say no homo?
That'll come from the school of thought of Cameron rocking that pink and all that other shit.
Exactly, like that's some subliminal shit.
That comes from that whole culture.
But going back to the you know,
I'm not gay, no homo, I'm grabbing your cock.
It's like that. I look at no homo. I look at no homo like this. I look at it as in a funny way. So yo, I'm about to go to the motherfucking spot and get mad wieners. No homo. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's I'm about to go grab that sausage. No homo.
He be pushing it somewhere else. This guy, get him off the mic.
All right, so
I'm gonna go back to running the boards.
You've been around the game a long time, and you got to see like the insides of the game and like what goes on behind closed doors. Like, what do you think is the significant change like in the game compared to like back then to now? Like, what's the difference?
The difference now with as far as what the
like behind closed doors, not just rap. But just the way that the music industry works.
Well, I mean, you got a whole bunch of new players involved. Like, you had a lot of people that were behind the scenes that are now, you know, coming outside more and dictating more on what's going on, and they're not really giving a fuck now
about the culture.
Like about the right. They like before they were like more hidden about shit or more secretive. They really didn't want to say, you know, fuck black people, don't really give a fuck about y'all. We just want to destroy y'all, you know, and use this music, you know, and get paid while doing it, you know. And but now it's more right in your face, like they don't really give a fuck about y'all, and it's done and it's portrayed in the artists and the music and what you see now.
Word.
You know,
like people will figure people will say the best rapper out right now is Drake, who's a Canadian mulatto Jew.
Correct. You know what I mean? So and then you have, you know, Macklemore and all this shit.
That's pretty fucking harsh.
The king of hip hop and all this stuff. So you know, it's just the whole whitewashing of hip hop, just like it's, you know, done. And I'm talking about this, you know, these supreme, you know, white supremacist elitists, you know, that run this whole fucking, you know, world that we live on. Word. You know, even because they do it even to the average white man. You know what I mean? If you call yourself white, you being oppressed too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
White trash. White trash.
That you labeling yourself white.
The lady.
There ain't no land called white. Show me the land where
I'm so glad you say that shit. Yo, I've been saying this shit for a long fucking time. I don't care what country you go to. You ask, what are you? They're gonna say, I'm fucking this from this country. Nobody's gonna say I'm white or black. That's a fucking color.
Exactly.
White and black is a fucking color.
And that was all designed and labeled, you know,
to separate themselves from us.
Nationality, you know, that was all part of their plan, you know. But like that's what I mean. Like it goes beyond what they think it is. So now you have all these, you know, people in the industry that are just now full on raping, you know, the people to as much as they can because they don't give a fuck now. They see the people have been dumbed down to a point where they don't even say a goddamn thing about what's being put in front of them other than us, people like us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the people who really could make a difference ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Exactly.
You know?
They're scared to get everything they work for taken away.
Exactly.
Just for stepping up.
So that's how, you know, I see it now, the change, you know. It just became straight, you know, debauchery of just, you know, the music and what they're doing to it now.
Definitely.
And how it's affecting the youth, because it's all about the youth. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the Noble Nines, quick shout out to my G-Rep, the Rhythm Republic family, quick shout out to Thor Takeover, you know what I mean? Just everybody, all the peace to all the gods on earth, you know what I mean, to all our ancestors, and hopefully, you know, we get past what's going on right now with the situation with the whole pipeline.
Word.
You know, up in Dakota, man. So, but back to this. I just
so with that being said, like I'm going to about what you're doing. Like, what new music you guys have out? What are you guys doing right now?
All right. Right now, well, as far as the Sargonites, like I said, we stopped making music 4 years ago. I think I would say 3 years ago. I'm sorry, because the last stuff we put out was it was called the Black Flag album. And we actually have a video for that. It's called Black Flag, and it's just me and Malcolm on it.
We'll play it next week, definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And but now I'm doing my own thing, Morbius, you know, my own solo album. I got my own project coming out next week called Death is Only the Beginning, you know, because that's pretty much how I see it. You know, Death for the Sargonites is just a new beginning for me as a solo artist. And this album is just strictly me on it. I'm going to have a few cuts on it.
Hell yeah, I want in on it.
Me too, Papa.
I want in on it, Bobby.
The next one. I know, I got everybody on.
Give me. I'm gonna send like 10 verses to him. He gonna be like, shit.
But yeah, I got that coming out. I already dropped a few singles off of it. I'm just dropping singles, you know what I mean? I got it. I'm just mastering stuff right now. I'm just trying to get it all tight and buttoned up. I have a few little things I need to finish, some skits and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just that's coming out. But I got a lot of music in between that. I'm dropping freestyle. You know, I'm constantly dropping something.
Any visuals? Any visuals?
Visuals, nothing now because I'm so consumed with the plantation, which is my day job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm at the plantation.
That take a lot out.
Yeah, they really got me picking a lot of cotton these last couple months. So I haven't been able to, you know, really, you know, get into the video aspect of it. But I do have some stuff in store. Of course, you know, I got some goodies there. You know, I'm just holding on to right now because I haven't been able to really dedicate myself to it. But the music, definitely, I got plenty of stuff coming. You know, you can find it at the Sargonite on iTunes, Spotify, you name it, Bandcamp. It's everywhere. CD Baby, Amazon. Just type in the Sargonites or type in Morbius, and our music is there, you know.
Okay, so what do we expect to see from Morbius in like next year or two or something? Like you have a plan, like let's.
Man, you know, it's just that because I took a seat back. You know, I started really focusing and meditating on the music aspects than actually performing and being out there and doing a lot of.
You have to.
You know, but
music come first, bro.
Now it's like, now that I'm already finishing up the album, I'm already been reaching out to family, you know, setting up a lot of, you know, events and shows and stuff coming up in the next year. So you'll definitely be seeing me out there trying to, you know, get this music heard and reaching out, speaking to the people and, you know, doing what I do best, man.
That's what's up, Mo. You know, we don't got much, but, you know, we got the Chopp Shop and you're welcome to come out here anytime, promote your stuff, you know what I'm saying, for the future.
And,
you
already know, man.
You already know.
When I drop that next single, I'm gonna come through and just
you already know you family all day, Mo. So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all having me for real, man.
Been a real good,
you know,
good interview, man.
2017 looks a little brighter, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can get you out here, do a little cut, you know, a little performance. We get a little spot, a little, you know what I'm saying? And we do it like that.
Definitely.
Get you back in the Ocean State, because you haven't been here in a minute, Papi.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
If y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Morbius and his cousin, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Sandman. My man Lee, Super Racer, you know, they had a studio. No, that's my brother-in-law and all that. They had a studio, LP Productions. You know what I'm saying? My man Morbius came down to help out. He was engineering the whole thing, whole setup right there in Dexter in Central Falls. You know what I'm saying? Right across the street from Bravo. So we had that whole thing locked in. We had some good times. So it's good to see you still doing your thing, because you know I'm still doing me.
Yeah, baby, that's what's up, man.
You already know, man.
Yo, can we get a shout out to the Chopp Shop from New York City?
Well, yo, real quick, man. Straight out from the DX, nothing but love to the Chopp Shop Radio. You know what I'm saying? That niggas doing it for the hip hop, for the culture, for the people. Keep it doing it, man. Nothing but love for y'all.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna go to a little place we call Bourbon Street.
Do you know what Bourbon Street is known for?
Besides Mardi Gras.
Down in New Orleans?
What that?
The bars.
The bars.
The bars.
Can we get a little something?
They're known for them bars. G's always get excited when niggas ask me bars.
Yeah, Mo, you already know. He know.
Yeah.
We have plenty of segments.
Anything you want. 16, freestyle.
24.
Whatever. 24, 36.
Give the people what they want, man.
Whatever.
It's yours.
Alright, that's what's up, man. Yeah. So you already know. Let's see if we get into this real quick.
Let's go.
You know, it caught me a little off guard, so
that's
it's
what we
been
do.
with me.
That's alright.
You know? Let's see where we at with this. Alright, you already know. Yeah, so, alright, fuck it. This life that we chosen, exposing what's inevitably unfolding, parental disorder, food corroding, affecting the blood and its hemoglobin, controlling, police patrolling, human clothing, how we're supposed to survive in a land that's stolen. Your life is colored in tan. I don't expect you to understand. I'm the fist of a man, a product of brand. I'm not human. I'm not man. I'm a citizen. Understand, a resident in my own land. And evident. I meant evidence. I meant defense, so I take my stand. They ask me if I'm a people to apprise and erupt. I can't say nothing because they're too comfortable enough. Their skin makes them guilty to a government that's corrupt. And now we get shot by cops for putting our hands up. We stuck in our name and history we don't explore. We not black or African American. Use them more. I'm Afro-Taino, Latino, not Spanish. That's backwards. Those terms, they define Anglo-Saxons, Italians, and Spaniards.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.